Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. To all our beautiful subscribers, we say thank you so much for staying with us. And if you're new here, we are happy you find us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit on that notification button so that you will be notified for more upcoming videos. In the comment section, please no derogatory comment. Thank you for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you. Bye.
Let me take this green off so that you guys can, because I'll be showing you some things. Very, very sad. There is something I have noticed with African parents. They don't say sorry. They don't ever agree that they have hurt their children. It's unfortunate. And any parent of this generation that wants to grow like that, or take your child, treat your children anyhow. Why genuine issue lọ́jọ́ alẹ́? Anyway, let us go. So I saw another update from her that she put up on social media. The last time was when she spoke on how what her father did, how her father enabled a lot of things, and the man never made any amend. She said a lot of things that many of us I don't want to start going into all that because of time, that she went through. And some people were talking about, why should she be coming out now that the father is dead? Well, she's been talking for so long. She's been talking for so long, people are not ready to listen to her. Some people say whether she's not mentally okay. But what many of our people don't realize is that trauma, people deal with it in a different way. Some people, by talking, they feel better.
Wil jij meer verdienen, maar niet meer belasting betalen, dan is traden iets voor jou. Want als je trade naast je normale baan betaalt.
By talking, they feel better. The more they talk, the more they will be feeling better. But Nigerians don't. Some people just don't want to understand that talking is a therapy for some people. The more she talks, the better she will be feeling. Aprokoba woni aburo. The more she talks, the more she will be feeling better. But people don't want to just understand this. They will insult her. They will abuse her. You did not walk the walk with her. Remember, she's not talking of your parents. She's not talking of your siblings that you know. Not your own mother that was nice to you. Not your own father that was nice to you. It doesn't mean every mother is nice. It doesn't mean every father is nice. Not your own siblings that your parents united you. Some parents now then scatter their children by themselves. Take it. If it's not happening in your family, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it is not happening in other people's family. Some things you will hear like this, you will shake. This is her own parents she's talking of. Her siblings that she grew up with. Her mother that she knew. The mother that was supposed to be the best friend, her backbone, her strength, her support system. Do you think if anything was not wrong, she will be coming out to speak? Do you think she would just come out and be lying on them? Do you think a child would just wake up and say, my mother is this, my father is this, if they didn't do anything? Even when you look at children, I always say it, even young children, when they start misbehaving in school, as young children, as toddlers, as teenagers, something is going on in the home. Something is going on either with the parents, if they are living with both parents, or with the mother, if they are living with the mother alone, or with the father, or something somehow, the neighbors are abusing them. Something must be going wrong somewhere. Children will not just wake up and say, I want to be bad. Children will not just wake up and say, this is what I want to hate my parents. It is not possible. Something must have gone wrong somewhere. Something must have snapped. So they must have gone through something, either directly to their parents or through somebody else. I know somebody that blocked off both parents, father and mother. She said she doesn't want to have anything to do with both of them. They were not the one that offended her, but because they refused to stand up and fight for her and face the person that abused her. They refuse to speak up, to speak and be her strength. They enable her abuser. That particular lady block off both parents and say, I don't want to see you ever in my life. We deal with pains differently. Child A can deal with pains. It may be the same pain, oh, meted out on both of them. Child A may deal with it better, and child B will not deal with it better. It's like that. Now, I came across Kemi Oluloyo's post. Now, maybe all of you that are abusing her, this is what she posted on her page. Where you remember, if you look at the topic says, Kemi Oluloyo, she said her mother naked her before the driver and the gardener. Not only that, I will show you the picture. She actually posted it. It's something you can access if she has not blocked you. So let me read what she said first, then I will show you the picture. She said, live, imagine my 84-year-old mother. She put the mother's picture, who I have not spoken to since my beating in 2018 or seen since 14th of 2019. That's about 7-8 years ago. When she planned a fake armed robbery, is begging me to stop posting because her phone is ringing off the hook and she's probably losing friends. As usual, using my 38 years old autistic son to call and message me from the United States. I have not told my fans this part of Kemi. Iya Oluloyo, remember, she's now addressing what she wrote to the mother. Remember 2014 when you locked me outside? If she hasn't blocked them, because you know people can put their mouth in what doesn't concern them. Person is telling her story, so she has a right to block them. If you come to my page now, irú èmi náà sìn. When I told my story, wípé kíní kan báyìí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ last time, àwọn tí mo rí tán bú mi, not even on my page, tí wọ́n tag mi sí tí mo rí mo block wọn dànù ni. You know why? For the peace of my mind. So tí ò bá tí block wọn, they can go and see. But if she has not blocked you, you will see the story. But if she has blocked you, that is it. Because you are not the one walking through the pains with her. Òun ló mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sóhun. All right? So let's go forward. She said, Olunloyo, Iya Olunloyo, remember 2014 when you locked me outside all night and I slept on the wet grass with mosquito or possible snakes attacking me because you couldn't reach your psychiatrist to come diagnose me of being mentally unstable? You stripped me, or you stripped my Ruan buba off me, tearing my buba and displaying me half naked in front of your driver, Leye, and gardener, Akim. You dehumanized me. Mommy, you ruined my life in Nigeria when Funke initiated you into the Grail court. You carried my suitcase to a ritualist in Oyo town while I was in prison and laced my clothes in juju, and nobody will hire me as a journalist or pharmacist or anything. I caught my suitcase hidden in your room when I left it. While I think I want probably she wants to say, while I left it in my own room. What about my letter from the Canadian government with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, my former MP, now president, then inviting me back to Canada after the gun bill was passed? I fought for that and was wrongfully deported. Is it because I was quiet? My son saw the letter. You burn it behind the house. He screenshots. He screenshot it. I had a year to validate it. Offer was off the table. Please stick to your favorite children and the mistress's children. Leave me and Rich KJT alone. Never again in this lifetime. I don't go back to what God rescued me from. So she put the picture of the woman and she went further to also post some pictures to validate what she was talking about. She said, when my father was asked to sacrifice a son in the king's palace for one of his chieftaincies, he chose my own brother, not Gbenga Olunloyo. Remember, she spoke about that, her brother. We don't know that aspect of ritualist or not, but she's telling her story, okay? She herself by herself is telling her story. So let us leave it as she's writing it. But trust me, 10 they happen in our society. Okay? 10 they happen in our society, especially in those days where we watch movies. Some of those movies are true life stories where some people, because they want to take power or they want to attain certain position and all that, they will do all sorts. Okay? I'm not saying what she's saying is right. I'm not saying what she's saying is wrong. What I'm saying, this is a story. It is a story, and she alone knows why she feels like telling the story. It's a therapy for her. She spoke about the mother during Ali Must Go. She said their father, because he went to meet a mistress, had to make them to travel in the middle of the night. And that was a trauma on its own. It's still a trauma, whereby she was molested by many guys during the riots, And she said it was because their father wanted to be with a woman. He made them travel in the middle of the night. And the brother had an accident, and that guy ended up on a wheelchair.
Booking.com maakt boeken makkelijk.
Accident, and that guy ended up on a wheelchair. And we all know that I was actually one of his brother that was on a wheelchair. So you cannot say she doesn't know what she's saying. No, she said, now she went for that. She said, not Bengalu lawyer Kapo, the one he had with his mistress, late Alaja Akere, the same woman who changed our fate, April 28, 1978. She's even quoting dates, meaning all this thing has been staying somewhere in her brain. And she's been consistent with her story. This is how you know if somebody is not okay, it's just a rambling. Our story has been consistent, dates consistent, lines consistent, names consistent. Kò mú A kó fi ṣe B, or kó fi B kó fi ṣe A. Everything, if you've been following her story, she has been saying it consistently without mixing anything up. So she went further. The same woman who changed our fate, April 28, 1978, 8-year-old Tayo brain damage, 13-year-old Kemi. She was 13 years old. Nígbà tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀. Initially she said she was young. She mentioned age now. 13 years old Kemi, XXX, molested by over 20 men, losing one earring and one eye. They were in bed together all day, delaying our trip in Babe àti mistress. And we ended up in a riot in 2 government cars. The same way she said it the last time. My brother about to be sacrificed with a cutlass, and a man holding a calabash fled the palace sacrifice room, and ended with me in, she went further on that story. And she added some pictures. One of the pictures she added, if you can look at it, when she said she was beaten, this is the picture. She now wrote somewhere, she said, they were not there when you cried alone or questioned your value. Don't forgive your family. Forget them. She's still insisting she will never go back to Nigeria nor have anything to do with the parents, the burial, and all that. This is another picture with bruises all over her body. I guess this was when she said her mother asked people to beat her and she was dragged on the floor. I want to believe this was when she said the buba and iro was torn off her and she was left on the floor naked. You want somebody to go through all this. Let's even say she didn't go through everything 100%. even 50% of what she has said, how do you expect her to just carry on? How do you expect her to get it all together? It affected many things about her life, relationship-wise. I spoke with somebody who knows her. They say very brilliant lady. Of course, we all know she's brilliant, eloquent, very intelligent, but it affected many parts of her life. Do you know what she will be dealing with? Before many of you will say, she's spoiling her father's name. She's spoiling her mother's name. Why didn't the mother and the father protect this lady? A parent that doesn't want your children to mess you up later in life, you will be there for them. You will be their protector, their strength when life happens. When life happened to this lady, where was her parents? She said the father was still where he was, flanging with a woman. So apparently after she was messed up, there was nobody to give her a hug. There was nobody to pat her back. There was nobody that could cry with her. As a 13-year-old girl, we all have children. We have children. When you are talking about things like this, you can say, God forbid, the way we talk about it. But this could have happened to anybody. It could have happened to you as a 13-year-old. It could have happened to your daughter. A 13-year-old, over 20 men. She explained what they did to her on that day. You heard it in her video when she was doing that series. I think she pulled some of those videos down because I want to believe because of her mental state. Some of those videos were pulled down. But she said her mother started calling now, or started calling her son. Is it for the son to talk to her to come back home and be at the father's burial to save her face, or what? You see, one thing I don't like about our people, especially these parents, and some parents are still doing it, is their inability to accept the wrong a child. Is very unfortunate. The parents of those days, what will it cost our mother? What will it cost that woman? This lady has been talking since forever. Kí ló máa cost màmá yẹn to apologize, take responsibility of what this lady has been accusing them for. Can I get some likes on this video? Kindly help us to click a like. Just look up, because of the kind of screen we are using. Just look up. You will see where to click the like. That's all you need. You don't have to exit. What will it cost the woman to apologize? Láti ọjọ́ yìí tí lady yìí ti ń pariwo tó ti ń sunkún. You might just think she's typing. Each word she's typing is a trauma for her. Each word she's typing is like iron, heavy iron. Each word she's typing is bringing, any word she's bringing down is bringing out a tear on her face from her eyes. What will it cost this woman? All they want to care about now is to probably bury her. The woman is old by now. Why wait till now? Even before she left Nigeria, while she was still in Nigeria, she's been telling this story. Let's even assume probably everything is not true. Your child is saying all these things. What will it cost you as a mother? Kò famora, kò bẹ̀, kò jẹ́ káwọn yòókù náà bẹ̀, kò jẹ́ káwọn yòókù náà bẹ̀. Now, look at what is costing all of them. Wọ́n lórúkọ rere ó sàn ju wúrà àti fàdákà lọ. How many people want to be proud and say, I am an Olu lawyer now? With all these things she has brought out. How many Uloma were proud to say, I am from Olu lawyer dynasty? I'm just asking. I was watching a video earlier today. And in that video, somebody was saying, was it a video or something on social media? I can't remember now. He said, before your children will go and marry somebody in a family, he said, please do your homework very well. Make sure the kind of family that person, that boy, that girl is coming from. Try and make some investigation about that family. Try and ask questions about that family. Know what has been going on in that family before it will come and rub off on your own children that wants to go and marry from there, before they go too far. How many people want to say, is the Olu loyal people I want to marry? With all these things. Because Kemi said something. He said, how many of the Olu lawyers are really doing well as they should? Considering the kind of position. Okay, somebody say, Ma, it is very important. Ma, I fell into such, sadly, you see? He said, considering, he said, how many people, how many of them, considering the kind of, considering the kind of, position their father once occupied in Oyo State. He said, how many? You know, there are some things that parents should not just take for granted. You should have listening here for your children. Now, this lady has brought this evidence. And of course, she said her mother, either true or not, she said her mother is beginning to lose friends. Tó bá jẹ́ iná ẹ̀kẹ́ ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yẹra díẹ̀díẹ̀ pé gbogbo ìtọ́mọ yìí ń tú kí síta nínú fámílì yìí kó má tún tiwa náà síta. Oníkálùkù ya mú reverse. Ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ó lẹ́gbin. Ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. Kọ́tà bá ṣe lénìí, ọ̀rọ̀ ìtàn ni. That man in his grave, tóun bá ti sin, tóun bá dẹ̀ ti sin. How does he feel? This kind of story is being told about him from his own child. Probably if this lady has not been consistent in her story, a lè wave pé kò mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ, bóyá òun gangan lọmọ burúkú. A ní bóyá kò mọ nǹkan tó ń sọ. To the extent, if you see, there was during that time, or that was when I know that she's actually, people are saying she's not close to her children. She's close to her children. That her son that is singing, that young one, the last one, the time that she was telling that story of her father, the boy was commenting on that post and say, Mommy, we got this together. Uri mi wu ngba tí mo rí commenting. And I was like, maybe people said this woman is not close to her children. She's actually close to her, at least she's close to this one. Maybe Yutoba Wani, the ones in America, maybe. Rich RJ, thank you. I saw the guy, he even made a post for the mom. I said, but I thought people said this lady is not close to her child. And you know one thing I found out is that in this kind of a thing, if you are not careful, it is a generational thing. This is not the talk of pastors now, a reality talk. It becomes a generational thing, whereby what happens to you from your own parents, if you are not careful, it will go and affect you with you and your own children too. So if she has issue with one or the other child, I won't blame her. You know why? um um there is this thing that they call transfer. It's not transferred aggression. Is it transfer trauma or whatever? Unconsciously, she is likely to transfer her pains, her trauma on the children without knowing. Maybe one or two children out of her own children too. So if eventually it is said that, or it is true that it affects our relationship with one or two of our children, it is very likely, because if you can't be in trauma without healing and take care of children successfully. You may be providing for them what they need to eat, what they need to drink, taking care of their school needs, taking care of every other need, but emotionally, it is likely you fail. Psychologically, very likely you fail. Mentally, very likely you fail, because you yourself, you are carrying pains. You are traumatized. Transferred. So if they say she's not so with her children, one or two, I will understand. Because you can't give what you don't have. If they are saying she failed in relationship, I will understand. Because you can't give what you don't have. Ó ṣe jẹ́ alẹ́ làwọn wèrè máa ń já sórí YouTube ń tiwọn. Hey, a máa ṣe nǹkan. You can't give what you don't have. This was somebody that at 13 years old, look at what she said she went through. Look at what she said she passed through. And nobody was there to hold her hands. She even witnessed their father tying somebody to a fan and beating, just like she said. She said it. She witnessed all that, plus all the ones she has gone through. Tell me how easy it will be for somebody like that to trust people, to believe in people, to know what love is, to appreciate love, to recognize love. Are you sure she will even be a weak person that people will be preying on? Are we sure people will not even be taking advantage of our trauma? Because such people tend to be very vulnerable. They always end up being vulnerable. They always end up being weak. The one that is going to be strong, that you think will be strong, those kind of people will be wicked, transferring the same wickedness that they met out on them on other people around them. So when they are hurting people, they don't even know they are hurting people. They will be like, if I can go through what I went through, what is it that I'm doing that you think is bad?